Okay, continue my Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter series. I decided to have Akuma, probably the second most powerful character in the Street Fighter universe. Yeah, I'm putting Gouken a step above him. Akuma was originally a character who was hinted at as being unlockable. I think it was Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. It wasn't until later that he became a character that if you were to fight him in an arcade, he more or less just stole money from your pocket judiciously. He was super fast, had air fireballs. He had a lot of abilities to him. In later games, you get to be able to play him. Short-range teleportation abilities. Really ridiculously strong. Fireballs, Dragon Punch, Hurricane Kick, and even when it came time for Marvel Comics versus Street Fighter, who does Apocalypse pick to become his head guy? Akuma. Cyber Akuma. Which, depending on the level of game you're playing, was so much more powerful than Apocalypse, the boss of the game. Akuma has also been realized as potentially being Ryu's father. Akuma has also done the following things. He's attempted to destroy M. Bison physically and his soul at the same time. He has also pretty much beaten Ken and Ryu at the same time until Ryu summoned the Dark Hado and was able to finally keep Akuma at bay. So Akuma is super powerful. On the other side, you have Shang Tsung, who was at one time the main boss at the end of Mortal Kombat, and then when his boss Shao Kahn showed up, he became second fiddle. She was a sorcerer who steals the souls of his opponents, and they can shapeshift and use all of their abilities. So you've got two severe powerhouses. And as always, it is the 9 criteria. Intelligence, fighting ability, speed, strength, durability. This is also kind of like your endurance. Invulnerability, energy projection, that's just raw energy projection. Versatility, and the all-important X factor, whatever else wasn't covered in those following areas. We'll get right to it. Intelligence. It has to go to Shang Tsung. I mean, Akuma is very intelligent when it comes to fighting and some of the mystical arts, but he's taking on a guy who's relatively an immortal sorcerer who also has the memories of all the people he's ever beaten. Fighting ability. Yeah, Akuma is an absolute beast, but Shang Tsung has the ability of multiple fighting styles. Anybody he's beat, he's got their fighting styles. He's got a lot more tricks to pull from. Speed. Shang Tsung is kind of a smaller, wiry guy, but Akuma has got some ridiculous speed. He's almost kind of like Superman. He's got a lot of range, a lot of speed. Now we're on his strength. Shang Tsung, strong guy, but he tends to fall more back on his magic abilities and all his fighting skills than just raw power. Akuma's got raw power in spades. Durability. This again has to go to Akuma. Akuma, I'm going more towards the true Akuma, so a little more towards the Shin Akuma side, is almost a walking demon-empowered fighter. There's almost no quit in this guy. You're going to have to put him down and put him down hard, and then come back and put him down again. Invulnerability. Again, this goes to Akuma. Beyond having that speed and that strength, this dude will take an absolute beating before you even think you're hurting him. Now we're down to energy projection. This is just raw energy projection. This has to go to Shang Tsung. He's a sorcerer, so he has that to fall back on, as well as all the projectile abilities of everyone else that he's got. He's got a lot of things to fall back on. Now we're going to come down to versatility. Again, given the shapeshifting abilities, he's got a lot of raw abilities. He's also got a lot of abilities. So now I come down to the X factor. Do I think the Dark Hado and the person who has the ability to do, we know what's called the MDK, that was Akuma's short-range teleportation, grab a hold of the guy, and perform his own body and soul destroying fatality. And you know what? That's what's going to give Akuma the edge. Akuma's got the ability to defeat you physically, as well as to eradicate your soul. And I'm pretty sure Shang Tsung is to get close to winning and tries to take that soul of Akuma. I'm thinking Akuma's soul is going to be probably way too much for Shang Tsung to actually try to absorb. You're looking at a guy who's mastered almost like the darkest side of martial arts. Beyond being like physically honed to perfection. Thinking his soul is probably way too powerful for Shang Tsung to even try to absorb. And in absorbing him, he's probably going to end up killing himself, which just make Akuma come back. So Shang Tsung has a lot of abilities that he's accumulated over the years, but none of them would really truly prepare him for what Akuma can bring out. So of course you have to go on to the next fight, which would therefore be Akuma versus Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn being the ruler of Outworld. In most of the video games, he was a super cheesy fighter. The occasional like burst move, but predominantly just big, vicious, heavy hits. But he also taunted a lot too. So here we go, same 9 criteria. Intelligence, Shao Kahn, ruler of Outworld. Fighting ability, Shao Kahn is pretty much all heavy hands. So in this one, Akuma's got him. Strength. Shao Kahn has got him in strength. He is an undeniable physical powerhouse. Well, now we're on to speed. It's entirely Akuma. Now we're down to the durability and endurance part. I will give durability and endurance to Shao Kahn. This guy is almost the definition of a tank. Energy projection. I don't see Shao Kahn throwing lots of fireballs or anything like that. So from a distance, Akuma's got this. Versatility. Akuma's got this. Akuma's got a lot more moves to him. Where with Shao Kahn's a lot more of a straightforward come at you fighter. There really isn't a whole lot more to his game beyond a straightforward attack. Because he knows he's that powerful. Now it comes down to overall versatility. Now it comes to that overall that X factor. Do I think Shao Kahn has it in him to fully be able to defeat an opponent like Akuma? Or I think Akuma's overall speed, distance, and technique, as well as the ability to at any point in time perform a fatality on an opponent. I'm going to give this one to Akuma. I think Akuma's got a lot more versatility to him. On the short range teleportation, moves like that alone, Shao Kahn could be going for a straightforward dash. You hear, I think it was Masuz. He could teleport through him when Shao Kahn stops. Then he can go right into the slide up behind you, grab you from behind. Screen goes dark, lots of explosions. Symbol. So I do think Akuma, being the second most dangerous character, Read about Goken. Goken is ridiculously powerful. I think that Akuma is probably going to be just too much directly for Shao Kahn as well as Shang Tsung.